Hey there, welcome to the channel. Thank you as always for clicking play. It is episode 10. Can you believe we're on episode 10 already of our Football Manager 2019 save with ESTUDIANTES in Argentina. Today is the first leg of our COPA SUDAMERICANA semi-final. I cannot believe that we are in the last four of continental competition in our first season. We've got Bahia away in Brazil. The other one is between Atlético Nacional and Atlético Paranaense. So we've got one game to catch up on. We'll have a look at that now. And you can see it was a convincing victory against Belgrano. 3-0 the result. Let's just bring up the match stats. You can see we absolutely battered them. They were 4th or 5th coming into the game. But we just are a phenomenal team at the minute. We're just playing so well. You can see John Arteaga got the first goal, Matias Laba added the second, and Gaspar Iniguez scored with 3 minutes to go. We had 22 shots with 8 on target, 57% of the ball. It's just ridiculous how well we are playing at the minute. I mean, just look at John Arteaga. He got a goal and 2 assists. He was just sensational playing in that number 10 role, which has given me a real selection dilemma going forward because, you know, that is where Gaston Paiva and Leonardo Piscalici normally play. So he has really given me something to think about, but it's a fantastic result. And what it does, obviously, is it keeps us top of the Superliga table. And we are 4 points clear of Boca Juniors still. We're 8 points clear now of Talleres, 9 points clear of Godoy Cruz, and a massive 10 points clear of Racing Club and Belgrano, who did drop down a little bit after that defeat. So it's looking really rather good. And the thing that I keep forgetting is that it's only a 25-game season. So it's getting to the point where you've really got to think that we could actually maintain this run. Obviously, we're going to drop points. We're unbeaten at the minute somehow. I don't know how we've managed to go 11 games unbeaten. But you would imagine Boca, now that they're second, they're going to be flying. And we do play them soon as well. And it's just going to be a really tough... We're a couple of games away from the halfway point, aren't we? So it's going to be a really tough second half of the season, I think. In the average points table, you can see at the minute it's Aldo Civi, our city rivals Gimnasia, San Martin de Tucumán and Tigre, who are down at the bottom and in danger of going down. I mean, Tigre look like they're pretty much doomed. They're really going to have to pick up some serious pointage. Aldo Civi are very much in the battle to stay up. Lanús, San Martin de San Juan and Newell's Old Boys are really in trouble as well. But I think what we'll do today is we'll just focus our attention on Bahia. We'll have a look at them and then we'll get straight into the match. This is Bahia's page then. They are currently, as you can see at the top, 8th in the Brasileiro Campeonato. Their manager is Anderson Moreira. The captain is Thiago. Zé Rafael is their key player, and João Pedro Ribeiro is their hot prospect. The shirts look really nice as well, don't they? The home and the away shirt. Get the feeling that third shirt is a bit of a new gen shirt, isn't it? Current form down here at the bottom, as you can see, they're in pretty decent form. Let's have a look at the schedule as a whole. They look to be in pretty good form. Wow, they are a long way into their season. They just lost to Santos at home 3-1. That's not really a surprise. I'm assuming Santos are probably top of the Brasileirão, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. They went through 4-2 against Fluminense in the quarterfinals of the Sudamericana. And since then, they've been on really good form, haven't they? All the way back up here. I mean, there was a bit of dodgy form up here. They went out of the Copa de Brazil. There's been a bit of dodgy form in the league, but since this, they beat Santos away in the Brasileirão. Wow, that's amazing. They won away at Santos and then lost at home to them, and then beat Palmeiras, and then there's just a lot of wins. I mean, this was a busy month, October, for them. They played, 8 games and only lost once, which is away at Internacional. So yeah, they're on pretty good form. They are 8th in the Campeonato, so let's have a look at it. And in fact, it's Corinthians who are top, and a long way clear at the top. So Bahia are here in 8th. Now, our last opponents were Atlético Mineiro, of course. They're currently 11th, and yet I'm more confident going in against Bahia than I was against Atlético Mineiro, bizarrely. most famous ex-player from Bahia is probably Dani Alves. I would suggest. There he is there in the list. Joel Santana, I believe he was he manager of Brazil at some point? I know the name. He's been around as a manager for a long time. Since 1996 he's been a manager. Flamengo, Vitória, Fluminense, Flamengo quite a few times. South Africa, that's where I know him from. Who's manager of South Africa. I thought he'd had the Brazil job at some point, but apparently not. Oh well. But he is not managing anywhere at the minute. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Should we have a look at the squad? See what we're up against in terms of maybe goals. See who their top scorers are. So we've got Junior Brumado, who is he's 19. I'm going to just give him a cheeky little scout. Actually, it looks half decent. It's his second season in the club. Maybe he's not really starting many games. He's coming off the bench an awful lot. He started a few in the Brazilian Bahia State Championship, which is like it's weird, the Brazil League. I might manage in Brazil, maybe on FM20. You have like your state championship, and then you have the national one. So it's a little bit weird, a bit like it's a bit like Argentina used to be when you had the Apertura and the Clausura. The league was in two halves, and it was just bizarre. The best player does look to be Zé Rafael, doesn't he? He was their key player. We're going to scout him as well. He's only 25, but he's got 11 goals and 14 assists in all competitions, so he's really doing well. 2 goals in 6 appearances in the SUDAMERICANA. Looks pretty good. He's an inside forward by trade, right-footed. We're going to have to watch out for him, I think. So they're definitely playing with inside forward, so that'll be interesting today as well. See how they are doing. But it should be a really good game. But as long as we can get an away goal, that would be the big thing today. Get an away goal, maybe a score draw, and hopefully the tie will be alive, because I really do want to do the second leg for episode 11. Just have a quick look. If it's not, I'm tempted to do the River game, although River are not really in their 13th, so I don't know. We've got a winter break coming up soon, so I definitely want to do that Talleres game because it's the last one before the winter break. Good place to end the first half of the series. So we're going to have to see what happens today. I'm hoping it's still alive so we can do the second leg. If it ends 3 or 4-0 either way, then there's no point doing the second leg on video, is there? So yeah, let's just get to the game and we'll worry about that later. Pretty much like for like then from Bahia. They're definitely a lot more attacking minded, you would suggest, than Atletico Mineiro were. Thiago there is 1 yellow card away from missing the second leg. That could be crucial. Zé Rafael is playing, so he is playing as an inside forward. On the other side, they've got this guy who is a winger. He looks good as well. Let's scout him. Augustin Alione. So it looks like they're playing an inside forward on one side and an attacking winger on the other side. So that'll be interesting. So we've got Daniel Sapper in goal, keeps his place. Evangelista Shunka, who is very, very tired. He's only at like 89%, so he's not going to last the game. But Fabian Neguera is injured, so we've got a young kid on the bench. Nicolas Bazana, who's only a teenager as well, at centre-back. Facundo Sanchez at right-back. Gomez and Iniguez in midfield, and then it's Luca Rodriguez, Leonardo Piscalici, Fernando Zucchi, Mariano Pavoni up top. It's going to be one of those games today. I feel like we should be winning, but that always comes back to bite you in the ass, doesn't it? So let's see. We're going to just say, go out there, carry on where you left off from the last match. Didn't go down particularly well, so let's go in and give them all a bit of a G up. That's gone a lot better, hasn't it? So I'll get this interview done and we'll get kicked off. Players coming out. Bahia in their white strip. We are in the red and we are underway. I have genuinely no idea how this game is going to go. We are the only game. The other game is tomorrow in this group. So what there is we have. I'm going to bring it up. We have a Libertadores semi-final between Grêmio and River. So we'll keep an eye on that one as this game goes on. Free kick for Thiago, whips it in and it's just wide. Daniel Sapper had it covered though, I think. We've had absolutely nothing in the way of highlights at the minute. As you can see, we've got another highlight here. We're on the defensive. Gregore with the shot. He breaks from Zé Rafael and he is offside. What was the point of that highlight? But here we are. We've got the ball now. Gomez, good ball to Evangelista. Get the ball across. He does. Ramirez gets back to it. Play back for Gomez and he's fired it over. Here's Ramirez down the right. In that Libertadores game, Gremio have gone 2-0 up early on inside the first 10 minutes against River. You can see, it's 4-0 now. Wow, 4-0 inside 17 minutes. River are an absolute shower, it seems, aren't they? This game is not particularly interesting. Sanchez with the throw. It's getting worse for River. It's still 4-0, but they've had a player sent off after half an hour. It is getting worse for River in Brazil. Big news here. Thiago has just been booked, so he will miss the second leg, and that will be potentially a big loss for them. Batsana, Evangelista rescued him a bit there, but we've lost out in midfield. Alioni, Ramirez on the run, and Sapper is alive to it, and we are just not in this game at all. Somehow we're edging possession, but we are just not anywhere near in this game at the minute. You can see there the red card after 31 minutes for River. And we're on the defensive again. And they're in and they've scored. Gilberto gets the goal. Absolutely smashed it past Daniel Sapper first time. It's no more than either one of us deserve, to be honest. We've been awful. They have been good. It's a lovely one-touch move and absolutely leathered in by Gilberto. Here's Pavoni to Piscalici. This is straight from kickoff. Zucchi. In goes the cross, and Pavoni has nodded it in. What a response from the boys that is. That is absolutely special. As the replay's going on, I'm just going to drop a little praise shout out in there immediately. What a cross from Zucchi. Keeper came for it. Pavoni gets up ahead of him, and it's 1-1, and it's an away goal. Douglas Friedrich out to Thiago with the goal kick into first half stoppage time. It's ridiculous what is going on in Brazil at the minute. Gremio are 6-0 up now on 10-man River. That one seriously could end up double figures. We've got a corner to defend here. Thiago with the header. And the man who's going to miss the second leg almost put his team back in front, but that should be it. It is half time. You probably just saw down at the bottom there that it was 6-0. I dropped that praise shout out in, which had no effect. We are going to... Do you know what? I'm going to get aggressive and say I'm not happy because it was absolutely really bad performance. We've got back into the game. We're ahead on aggregate. But if we play like that again in the second half, there's no way we're going to be in this tie going into the second leg. Sanchez with the throw. Here's Zucchi to Gomez and he fires it just wide. That is better. Come on, boys. We can get another goal in this game. At the minute, this is a dream scoreline. It really, really is. As Zé Rafael looks to get Gilberto away, and he has done. And it's over the bar from Gilberto. You can see at the bottom there, that 6-0 scoreline. Will Gremio keep going for it? I mean, you've got to say, you want to humiliate an opponent, just like Germany did to Brazil in the World Cup a few years ago. You've got to just keep going. You've got to get as many goals as you can, haven't you? Because let's face it, 6-0, the tie is dead. But, there's nothing to say that Gremio couldn't get a couple of players sent off in the second leg. And, and River could start scoring goals. But it's not going to happen, is it? But, you've got to go out there and you've got to get as many goals as you can. As Gilberto's fired another one in. He is an expert at the first time finish, it seems, isn't he? It's 2-1. It's not disastrous because we have the away goal. That's the big thing here. It's Ramirez again with the assist, and that has just gone straight through Sapper. That is really, really poor. Piscalici with the free kick. Oh, he's clipped the top of the bar. That was so unlucky. It would appear that Gremio have settled for the 6. They've almost declared, I think. You would imagine if they wanted more, they could have got them. But we are on the attack again here, and Estevez, and it's cleared away. Estevez has come on, by the way, for Gomez. I'm thinking I might have to bring Johnny Shunker off, but it means bringing on Diaz, who's a young kid. As Sapper holds that free kick from Thiago well. I don't really want to have two young lads at the back, but everyone is starting to look a little bit tired at the minute. What do I do? Facundo Sanchez with the throw. Oh, look, we've got VAR. We've got VAR in the Libertadores. This is the first time I've seen it on Football Manager. There's a push. Is he looking to give a penalty here? He comes back onto the pitch, makes a signal. Oh, it's a free kick on the edge of the box. We're not going to see. What was the point of that? Oh, that is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? That is mental. All that rigmarole for a highlight that we're not going to see. We've made 2 substitutions as well. Piscalic has gone off. Gaston Paiva comes on, and we have taken Shunker off because we've got the River game coming up. So I need Shunker fit for that, and we've brought on Juan Diaz. So now our central defensive partnership of Diaz and Batsana. They're 20 and 22. They've got 3 league appearances between them in their careers, and Batsana has made 3 SUDAMERICANA appearances as well. So very, very experienced backline. Our last minute. Oh, what a save. Oh, and Jackson's managed to get the loose ball in. Oh, no. And that has just added a little bit of horribleness, hasn't it? It's a really good header. Oh, you've got to say Sapper's unlucky because he's made a brilliant save. But that has just made the second leg just that little bit trickier, hasn't it? We're still going to do it. Here's Zucker. Can we get one back? No, we can't. And that is it. It's over. I mean, they deserve it. Look at those stats. They've absolutely smashed us, to be fair. They really have. If I was a Bahia manager, I would not be happy with 3-1 because, they've had 12 shots on target. They should have absolutely destroyed us, really. They should be 5-6-1 up. So we are in touch. If it was 3-0, that would be really, really worrying. But at 3-1, I think there's enough there to say that we'll do the second leg in episode 11. So, but we're just going to aggressively say, I'm just going to say I'm not happy with the result. I didn't like that training one. I didn't like that one. Wow, that was bad. As you can see then, we've fast forwarded through to Thursday and Atlético Nacional have won 4-1 against Paranaense away from home. So that one is dead. It's Atlético Nacional surely into the final. And at the minute, it's going to be against Bahia. We are really going to have to do something at home to get this turned around. The goals haven't really been flowing. I know we scored 3 in our last league game, but they haven't really been flowing that much. Incidentally, Gremio won 6-1 against River. It's the final as well. That was the first leg of the Libertadores final. So they've got it all to do back in Argentina, haven't they? Let's have a look then at our schedule. So we've got River at home. Hopefully we can pile on some agony for them. And then we travel to Godoy Cruz before Bahia come to town on the 29th of November. That will be episode 11 because the tie is still alive, you have to say. I think we can turn it around. I really do. We've scored in every game so far this season. We had that little Steam achievement pop up for the scoring streak. I think that came after the Belgrano game. So we are scoring. We can score. It's whether we can score at least 2, depending on how many Bahia score. Their attack looked really, really scary. We may just have come to the end of the line in the continental competitions. It wouldn't be the end of the world. It'd be disappointing. You get to this point, you want to get to that final, don't you? But it wouldn't be the end of the world. The semi-final is a phenomenal achievement already for us. It's definitely further than we would have expected. I think if we look, it's actually further than our board expected. The board only said get to the 3rd round. So for us to be in the semi-final, which is 2 rounds further on, is phenomenal. So yeah, we're going to do River and Godoy Cruz off camera, and I will be right back with that second leg. So hopefully you will join me for that. If you have enjoyed this, guys, and you're enjoying the series as a whole, smash that like button. It's massively, massively important that you do that. Subscribe as well if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications. I can be got on Twitter at GamerJamesFM, and there's a link in the description below to both my blog, where I've got a save with Aston Villa going on, and also a new series as an intro. The vote might still be active by the time you're watching this for a new mini-series. You can find out what it's all about and vote on the team that you want me to take over. So make sure you do that before it's too late. And I will see you very soon for that second leg. Can we turn it around? Let's find out. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.